Hey everybody, I am back after a 2 week hiatus. I moved into a new place, and then the following week, last week, my two littles got the cooties, and so I had to stay home and take care of them. So it has definitely been a wild ride these last couple of weeks, but I did want to hop on here to talk about how we handle breakups and dissolutions and dissolving of relationships. So, if you haven't checked out my short that I have called Facing Hard Truths, you might want to check that out because that kind of is a precursor to this particular short. So, if you haven't seen that particular short, I talked about how I'm currently going through a divorce. So, breakups, divorces, separations are really tough. What I'm noticing with my clients in therapy is how we are handling these situations. We need to move from a mindset of victimhood and have a victim mentality to a mindset of introspection. And that's what I'm trying to get my clients who are experiencing breakups or really toxic relationships, trying to transition their mindset into more introspection. So, a few questions that I have asked myself personally as I've gone through this journey is, how did I get here? That's a really important question. How did I get here? That will open up a lot of doors leading to a lot of different avenues of analysis as to how we got into the situation that we're in as far as the breakup is concerned. Now, again, we're trying to move out of the victimhood aspect of it. So we're not blaming anybody. We're looking at the problems that occurred that caused the situation to happen. So some of the problems that we could be experiencing that causes breakups is, did I honor my values? That's something I've talked about before. Did I just leave my values at the door in this relationship and totally forget about everything that I stand on? Did I bring my childhood trauma that's unresolved into the relationship? Did I not listen to myself, my inner voice, and just like went along to get along? Did I reduce my authenticity? Did I just kind of made myself small for this relationship to thrive? What other things could I have done differently in the relationship? Of course, we know it takes two people to make a relationship fail, and we know it takes two people to make a relationship work. But again, this is about us not being victims and looking at ourselves clearly and honestly and what we did to contribute to the problems in the relationship. So that's what I'm encouraging you to do if you're struggling with some type of breakup right now, is to really be introspective. Let's move away from the blame game and talking about how this relationship utterly destroyed me. You're not destroyed, because if you were destroyed, you wouldn't be here. Destroy means obliteration. You're still here. What relationships do, especially if they're toxic relationships, what they actually do is they deconstruct us. They kind of take the foundational things that we had before the relationship away, and they leave us with kind of pieces that we have to put back together. So if you're in a post breakup situation, you're now in the reconstruction phase. So now you get to rebuild yourself based on new experiences, new emotions, new thoughts, new feelings, new beliefs. And it's a really great time. Yeah, it sucks. Breakups are hard, but reconstruction is a really great time for you to just be really introspective and really think about things from a different viewpoint. And so I hope that if you are going through some type of breakup or separation or divorce, that you're taking this time to really tune back into you, understand who you are in this situation, be introspective, gain some of that authenticity back, right? Because I think we lose ourselves a lot in relationships without even knowing it. And then, of course, above all else, self-compassion, self-love, self-worth. We need to grow those things again. And once we do that, I think that breakups and divorce and separations can get a lot easier. And then, of course, if we choose to move on to the next relationship, we'll be ready because we'll know A, what we don't want, and B, what we do want and what we do deserve. So if you're going through a breakup, start reconstructing. Start from the bottom up, and no matter what, love yourself and be true to yourself and see what happens. Bye.